Hi, everybody. Nice to see you again. Thursday, WAPI webinars with you, Alexander Fridman and Christopher Bell. Christopher has managed strategy and growth for several multi-million pound marketplace accounts over the last 10 years. My son has a dog who is 5 months old, so we can find something for a dog.
Okay. So let's go
especially we need something on a neck so that the dog would not bark.
Change it to UK because we sell in the UK market, and then put in the ACE in, ping it, and it'll come back with all different keywords.
How to be successful in e-commerce nowadays?
Short
one, exact
test.
one. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you again. Thursday, WAPI webinars with you, Alexander Fridman and Christopher Bell. Hi, Christopher.
Good afternoon. You okay?
Yeah, wonderful. What about you?
Yes, good, mate. Good. Enjoying the weather.
Enjoying the weather. Tell me, please, do you have a total lockdown in UK or not yet?
No, not yet. It's just different parts of the country on different tiers.
Because during this day, I talked to friends, and they can't go out after 8 o'clock, and they have to say from 8 in the evening till 6 or 7 they must be at home, and they must tell where they're going by QR code or the email, something crazy. Then I talked to Greece, and also they have this thing, they have to tell where they're going, and they have to stay at night at home, and it's crazy.
No, it's not quite that bad. Well, it depends where you live, but here we're in like a middle tier, so a lot of the restaurants are still open. You can go drinking as long as you're having food as well. Yeah.
Wow.
I think a lot of them shut at 10, but you're allowed out after 8. You're allowed to stay up a bit later.
Okay. So for everybody who sees Christopher at our webinar for the first time, Christopher has managed strategy and growth for several multi-million pound marketplace accounts over the last 10 years with the wealth of knowledge across Amazon, Vendor, Seller Central, and eBay.
Thank you very much.
Me myself, I am founder and CEO of company WAPI, where it is over here, WAPI. We deliver e-commerce. We're building best and first huge fulfillment network that works now in 27 countries. We have 20 warehouses all over the Europe. We pick, pack, and ship goods all over the Europe, connecting to the marketplaces, to your web shop. So if any questions about logistics and fulfillment, please contact me. If any questions for sales in internet, contact Christopher, and we both will be very, very, very happy to help you. And now we're talking not about our main business, we're talking about selling in internet. Our topic is how to find keywords for your marketplace. Keywords research tutorial. This is our topic for today. So before we start, Christopher, this is our second webinar with you. The previous was, I don't remember, maybe 6 months ago or 5 months ago. It was at the first COVID time. So what has changed? What new thing happened in your business, in your life?
Yeah, so probably the biggest thing is I've recently moved jobs. That's probably, yeah.
What?
Moved jobs. So I've moved roles. Yeah. Which is quite a funny one to do in the middle of a lockdown. So when I left my old company, we weren't in a lockdown, and by the time I started the new one, we were in a lockdown. So I started my new job from home, working for a new company. So I've moved away from the client side, so working in-house for businesses, and I've moved to a digital agency, so helping multiple businesses.
I think this is something that you do best.
Yeah, and I think eventually, anyway, I think this is the way it's going to go, because there's quite a big shortage of marketplace people within the industry. So I think eventually there'd be no choice.
Absolutely, and everybody, every trader, every e-com seller is searching for specialists. That's why we do WAPI webinars. We're searching for people like you all over the internet. We're inviting you, bringing you to the webinar so that everybody would know, hey, here is the person who can help you to scale your business. That's great.
Yes, that's about it. Nothing much, just moving jobs in the middle of a pandemic, you know, classic.
So we wish you good luck with it.
Yeah, it's going well, mate. It's good.
Wonderful. Okay, let's come to the presentation.
Yeah, so I kind of went against a normal presentation. I thought we'd just do a kind of a live roll through instead.
Okay.
Make it a bit more interactive. So can I share my screen? Let me have a look.
Sure.
I don't know if you have to switch it over.
You can't share your screen now?
Okay, let's have a look. Share. Yeah, we should be on. Are we on? So yeah, so basically what we're trying to boil down to is when you are making a new listing, one of the main things is you want to get people, you want to get eyeballs on your listing. So apart from images, keywords and titles, they're kind of the next big thing, descriptions, bullet points. So it's kind of, where do we go to find those, find all those different types of keywords? So there's a few different tools. Some are free, some are kind of free, some are paid, and they kind of go up in levels from basic to intermediate to advanced. And you get a lot more from them. So really, really basic one. It's probably easier to start on the more basic ones. Let's have a look. So I've already put them into nice, neat things here. So one of my favorite ones is Sonar Tool from Sellics. So Sellics already do quite a bit of other things. You can see here they have full advertising and they're quite good on software related stuff. So what it enables us to do, so what I thought we could just pick a particular product. If you've got a product in mind, you've been recently working with, or
I'm here for a week, spending time with a dog.
Okay.
My son has a dog who is 5 months old, so we can find something for a dog.
Okay. So let's go
especially we need something on a neck so that the dog would not bark all night long. Can we find something like this?
Yeah, I would imagine so. Anti-bark dog colors. There we go.
Let's do this one.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
I will not buy it. I'll tell you, I love dogs very much, but it's very funny. Okay.
So let's have a look through. So what we'll do first is we'll take this particular product and then we are going to go down to move this around, best selling rank, and we'll have a look in. So we can see straight away that this is actually already one of the best selling ones on there. But this is the best selling list. Let me just move my screen around a bit. There we go. So we can just literally start with this one. So usually if you typed in a product, you kind of find that the best ones are going to be near the top anyway. But if it wasn't, you could come in here and see which one it was, and we could use that as an example. So what we can do is there's two methods. One is we can take the ASIN, which is all the way down here. I don't know if you can see that well. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Or it's usually here as well. So,
I see.
Yeah. So we can either put in a keyword, which we could put in the dog barking collar, or we can just use this product that we know that already sells well. So change it to UK because we're selling the UK market, and then put in the ASIN, ping it, and it'll come back with all the different keywords that this particular product's ranked for. So even if you
analyzes the best keywords that brings to this ASIN.
Yeah, so it will see what keywords this ASIN's ranked for.
Okay.
And then it will kind of base that on the search volume. So it uses some of its own in-house kind of algorithm to calculate, I would imagine, but for a free version, it's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
So from the back of that, we can also download the list. Let's just do this.
So they have a paid version also.
This is kind of, I think there's a paid one in here. I only really use the free one, to be honest, because it is good for a free version. And the reason why I say it's good for a free version is that compared to the other ones, this isn't updated as regularly. So if it was a new product, I don't know if you remember when like the fidget spinners first came out.
Mm-hmm.
If you use this for fidget spinners as soon as they come out, it more than likely wouldn't have any up-to-date data. So it just come up with a blank list. So there's other tools that do it, but I think this gets updated maybe from what I've read before on this website, I think every 6 to 12 months with the keyword list. So if you've got a new product or someone else's new product, it's not always going to have extra bits here.
Okay.
And the other slight issue with it as well is the format it downloads in.
Yeah.
Which can be a bit of a pain in the
Not the best one.
No. So what we can do is if we we can text the columns. Text the columns, delimited, fix, and we want to put semicolon and space, and then next, finished, and it'll just separate them all out for you.
Cool.
Yeah. So what I tend to do is I'll have like another sheet here, and before I actually do that, I'll save them so I can see which kind of words go together.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just go back a little step. I've jumped ahead of myself. Let's leave out the space bit. I'm working on quite a small laptop at the moment, so it's quite hard to do. Let's get rid of that. There we go, that's better.
Mm-hmm.
So now we can kind of see all the individual words that make up that. So there's quite a few.
Yeah.
These are the hundreds, and then we've also got the phrases as well. So these are all the different phrases.
Mm-hmm.
So dog collar, dog collars. So then it's a kind of a case of going through and seeing which ones fit and which ones don't.
So search volumes looks like not very big.
Yeah, I think that's the search volume. I think it only goes up to 5. So I think it's 5 bars. So I think 5's like good. Yeah.
It's like ranking, not
yeah.
the exact amount, but
exactly. Yeah, and I think it only goes up to 5, if I remember correctly. So these are obviously these are most popular ones, and then you come down here, which are more like long tail keywords.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not as popular. So the other thing to remember as well as when you're putting in keywords is that if you put in a keyword that brings a customer to your listing and it brings them on kind of false pretenses, then less likely that customer will convert on your product, which in turn will have a negative impact on where you're placed for search as well. So really, you only want to be putting in keywords that are relevant. So as you get further and further down this list, you'll probably see that a lot of them might not be that good. Let's go a bit further down.
There is almost 0. 0 means they don't work at all?
There's just not much search volume. But you kind of expect that for how long the keywords were.
Door reminder. Of course, it doesn't work.
Yeah. So big dog leads in collar sets. So
okay, but this is the keywords that are used actually in Amazon, but they are not working.
So yeah, they are used on Amazon, these search terms. They're just not that popular, so it might only be a couple per month. Whereas these ones at the top, there's a decent amount of search volume.
Understood. So how do you use it then after this?
Yeah, so I mean, this is just one of the tools, but then you start basically building your own keyword list. I tend to use, I'm quite old school with it, I'll tend to use, if I was doing this particular method, I'd start bringing in all the different keywords. And it's quite easy to just pick out which ones are going to be relevant. So obviously it's a dog, it's going to stop you from barking dogs. These are all fine. Anti-bark spray, is it going to be a spray? I'm not sure that's going to be one. Stop, is it a device? Does it shock it? So you're just kind of going through, and then what I'd do is just filter out the different colors. And then I'd be left with my keyword list. Obviously it might be a lot bigger than that particular one, but that's just the example. On some of the paid tools, there's already things in there that kind of help you do this anyway, but this is like the free method. So the ultra free method. Right. So yeah, so that's, I don't know if you've frozen there. You still there? Right. I'll carry on anyway. So apart from this one being free, then obviously you've got the standard kind of search term related things within the search bar itself. So if you go on to Amazon, you could just type in exactly like I did before. So dog barking, and it'll kind of give you extra keywords here, which you'll probably find in the other free list anyway, but it enables you to see a bit more. Oh, are you back? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm back. I'm with you.
Good. I thought I lost you and I thought I was just, I thought I was by myself. So yeah, we can use the automatic search feature here to pull in all the keywords, go through different parts. And then if we go back to where we went into bark collars, sometimes some of the products are closely matched. So you can kind of go up slightly on the category tree and go to collars and harnesses and leads, and just see if there's anything else that you might have missed. But I think for this particular product, I think that's going to be pretty bang on what we put anyway. So next on the list, let me just get rid of some of this. Let's go back, keep that there. We've got some kind of freemium versions. So there's quite a few in the market. These are just some of the ones I've used in the past, and these are some of the ones that I've used more frequently. So with this one and with the Sellics one as well, you can actually use keywords. So if we want to go back up, and we know we've got the anti-bark dog collar, put this into here. See what it comes back with. It might be a bit too long of a keyword, but we'll have a look. No, it's not too bad. We've got like 20, 25. Yeah, okay, so what we'll do is we'll pull these keywords again. This is the free version. Let's open up this one. And again, because it's the free version, it's not the best kind of scope. We can just kind of split these out again if you wanted to. So data, text to column, just limited, space, finish, and then again, someone's probably going to tell us in the chat, or someone's probably going to tell us later on there's a quicker way to do this, but this is the way I've done it, so stick up with it. So yeah, so you can put all these keywords into like a master keyword list. As you can see, that a lot of them are very similar.
Yeah. Most of them are dog and collar.
Exactly.
And bark.
So let's just say we've got the full list there. Then all we can do is just remove duplicates, column A, get rid of them all, and then we've got a smaller list. Yeah.
We have found antibark, masbril. What's masbril?
Where's that one? Sorry.
Masbril on the third place.
Yeah, never. I don't even know what that is. maybe that's the brand, Masbril. Yeah, that sounds like a brand. Let's have a look. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a word I've ever seen before.
So in this second way, you didn't use the ASIN number, right?
Yeah, so the second way you don't use the ASIN, you can just use a keyword. In the first way, you can use an ASIN or a keyword. In the second way, you just use a keyword.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So yeah, you can just check your idea of the keyword, and it gives you all the options.
Yeah. So I think with a lot of the free ones as well, you have to do a bit more messing about. So you have to download it or manipulate the data slightly to get your list and then start building it out. Whereas some of the free tools, they make it a lot easier. You can build lists directly from in the application and things like that. So
these were two free services, right?
Yeah. So what we've shown so far, they were totally free. So there's no charges. The method I've just shown, there's no charge whatsoever.
So I think that now you will show something that is a little bit more expensive, but gives more chance to get wonderful keywords.
Yeah. Right? So yeah, exactly.
And it's JungleScout.
So JungleScout. So I would imagine anyone that sells on marketplaces have probably come across these adverts before.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, they are everywhere. So this is a paid one. I don't have access to it because the one I'll show you in a minute, I actually prefer using, just personal preference. So, but there's a keyword part in here as well. And there's also an extension, which a lot of people find really useful. There's quite a few companies that do it now, but you have all the different parts here as well. So it's not just for keywords. There's other bits like finding new products and checking ranks, see if your product's indexed. So there's a multifaceted use of it. Yeah.
Will you show us from inside or not this time?
Yeah, so I'll show you this one from inside.
So how it's called?
So just go through the program so far. So the first one was called Sellics, which was free. Sellics, which is free. The other one was keywordtool.io.
Yes.
Then JungleScout, and then this last one is called Helium 10.
Okay, understand.
Yeah. So this is probably, in my eyes anyway, whenever I speak to anyone within the industry, this tool has probably become one of the most industry standard tools for doing everything on there. So you've got obviously the keyword stuff, which we'll go through. You've got the optimization part. You can do operations on here, analytics, marketing, learning. So there's a whole host of different tools to use in one, which makes it stand out a bit more. So right here.
I just read that it's Cerebro.
Yeah.
I didn't know what's it. Cerebro.
Yeah, I think, is it part of the brain, is it? I think that's what it means. It's a specific part of the brain.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, so it's like the brains of the operation. A bit like you.
Okay, let's see how this brain helps us to find the right keyword.
Yeah, so this particular part here is based on the ASIN. So we'll just take the ASIN again, chuck it into here, get keywords, and then we'll just open this up as well. So you can see it goes into a bit more detail. So there's the product, sponsored keywords. So what I like about this tool as well is when you hover over anything you're not sure of, it gives you a nice description. It shows you keyword frequency, so it shows you how many times the keyword appears. And then down here, it gives you a bit more of a breakdown, and it gives you like a special score, which I'll go through. So this is the particular phrase, so you can kind of reorganize all these. So we'll choose which one's got the most search volume to start off with. So
to choose the best keyword, it's not about to invent something in your head, the best keyword. It's about choosing the best keyword that is used by the buyers in most cases, right?
Yeah. So yeah, pretty much, yeah. And what will happen as well is once you put keywords in there, there'll be kind of crossover keywords. So if you put in dog collar and then you put dog's lead, then you'll show up for dog lead because there's one word of each one out of each keyword set. So,
but at the same time, how to be better than other sellers? Everybody knows about Helium 10. Everybody can come here and put the ASIN and find these keywords. How to do better than others?
Yeah, so I mean, keywords is only one small part of it, to be honest. So in the most basic way that we kind of ever explain it to clients, the most important thing when selling a marketplace is having stock. That's the most important part. The second most important part is you want to get people through to your listing. And then the third most important part is conversion. So this is actually kind of like stage 2. So you've got the keywords, but also you need to kind of, the images is a big thing. So everyone might be using the same keywords, but everyone else can use the same images. So that's quite a big factor as well. And then you've also got kind of your advertising on there as well. And so there's a few different bits at play, but yeah, everyone, well, not everyone, but anyone that knows what to do on marketplaces, they will be all using similar stuff. So there's no way around that. So I can't remember who put it, but there's someone on LinkedIn, and they put that basically you should be able to sell your product with just the images and no title, no description, no bullet points. And I think if you can do that, then you'll go a long way, and that will kind of what sets you apart.
You can sell your product just with your images without everything, then probably you will be the best.
Yeah. I mean, hypothetically, I'm not suggesting you should not put a title or description or bullet points, but yeah, hypothetically speaking, if you can sell your product, if your product pictures do enough to explain exactly what your product does, then you'll go far, which this doesn't do too bad of a job.
And there is also possibility to add video right now.
Yeah, so video advertising, there's been quite a few different video things. There's video advertising, there's video recommendations. You can put some videos within the product description. You can put videos here if you're a brand. So there's, again, that's kind of like the extra bit. You kind of want people to find the listing, and once they find the listing, you want to get them on the listing, and once they're on the listing, you want to get them converting. And that's kind of what Amazon wants as well. So if you've got a product and 10 people come through to the listing and 10 people buy it, then you're on 100% conversion. That, in Amazon's eyes or eBay's eyes, that's an exceptional conversion rate. So it'll show your product higher for that particular keyword.
That is what every seller is dreaming about when right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what every seller's dreaming about. That's one way to put it. Yeah, and it depending on how many listings you've got, I mean, it can be easier said than done. Some people might only have like a small portfolio of 5 products where it's a lot easier to manage, but you might be trying to do this at scale with thousands of products. So yeah, that's the basis of it. Let me just have a look at the rest of this listing while we're discussing it.
Yeah. Do you have something more about keywords?
Yeah. So that's kind of the basis of it, really, is that you want relevant keywords, keywords obviously that people are searching for.
Yeah.
And then the aim of the game is to put these keywords into copy that converts. So them keywords will then be fed back into the title, the bullet points, and then also you'd use the keywords for your advertising campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
So usually when you set up, or historically anyway, when you set up an advertising campaign, you might set it up as an automatic campaign, get some data, and then once you've got the data, then you can use that data to make more specific advertising campaigns around like phrase and exact match. And then, but if you're doing your own keyword research straight away, you can actually already start using some of that data to set that up, which can sometimes save time, but it just depends what their cost per click is, etc. But as a generalized term, then yeah. So that's pretty much keyword stuff in a nutshell, really. There's
Let's then discuss this this ASIN. If you would get a task to beat up this one, what would you do?
Yeah, so there's, to be perfectly honest, apart from, there's probably a bit more, and a lot of it's objective as well. There's a lot around like kind of the images. So videos, maybe change some of the images up, but they're not perfectly that bad, to be honest. I've got a little tool here as well, which is part of the Helium 10 thing, which kind of gives you a nice breakdown, and you can see straight away that they've got the correct amount of images, they've got nice pictures according to the algorithm.
I'm showing you evaluation result, 997 of 10. It means that Helium 10 thinks that this ASIN is done like perfect.
Yeah, near perfect, yeah. I mean, it's not looking at the actual context of the copy or anything like that, but just as an algorithm kind of looking at it to say, does it have all these parts as opposed to what the parts are? So does it have the correct parts? Looking through, yeah, it has the correct parts. Which
okay, still, you want to beat up these guys and you want to make better offer, better listing. What would you do?
Well, let's have a little look, a live look. Put me on the spot now.
Because actually, this I think what's happening now with every seller. It doesn't matter what you imagine. Probably there will be already an ASIN like this, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's so competitive out there.
So this is what everybody will think of is, okay, I want to sell the anti-bar colors, but there is already the competitor. How to beat up him?
Yeah, so I mean, probably the only thing that I can see, without going into too much detail, is the review scale. So let's just have a look at these. So the other thing to think of as well is not just what's kind of on the listing, it's kind of what the product actually is. So where they fall in on the product, where we could actually make the product slightly better and improve on the particular product. So after stop working and remove the color. Yeah, so it's causing burn. I mean, causing potential burns. I don't know how true these reviews are as well.
So, however, within a couple of days, it stopped working. And when I removed the color, I was mortified to find redness and large swelling on the burn to the neck, with device showing fluid coming from the hole and battery leaking. It is still irritated, and it has taken weeks to start to heal. I would not recommend this as there is too much risk to dog's health. Wow. This ASIN is dead.
Yeah, so I think that's the thing as well, is because they've built up such a large review, then looking at the 4.5 out of 5 is not actually that bad. 8 out of 10 is one way to look at it. So I think if you can go through your competitors' reviews to see where they're failing and where you could actually improve, or if your product already does that, then you could say, well, our battery's encased in a special housing, so or our battery's leak proof, obviously, if it's true. And then you can kind of use the kind of fail points as your positive points on your listing. So in general, the listing's pretty good, to be perfectly honest, but that would be my next protocol to say, well, actually, what are they not doing very well as a product as opposed to a listing, and what can we do to improve on that?
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I think a little snapshot of the reviews is always a good start.
Snapshot of the reviews.
Yeah. So, I mean, what I've done before in the past is you kind of load up all the reviews and literally take them all, put them into like a Word document or a spreadsheet, and then put them into like a cloud. Do you know a word cloud? And then it'll just pick out the most common keywords and which words keep on coming up. And if you put it in the word cloud, I think it's coming up with battery, then it might be a good point to pull out, or it doesn't work after just reading through these reviews here. It looks like a lot of the time from the bad reviews.
Can you show it for everybody how you're doing it with the word cloud?
Yeah, so let's load this up. It's a bit of a laborious task. It's a bit of
It can be a little bit boring, but it will bring the result.
Yeah, so Word. I don't actually have one of these saved, ready to go. Where is it? No, it wants a CSV. There we go. So yeah, I mean, obviously, the more data you put into it,
Color, knack, embarrassing, beeping, whimpering, people, doesn't, barking, device, training, like, don't. I don't actually see here any word that helps me.
No. Not yet, no. But I think if you continue with the rest of the list and keep on putting more in, don't forget, the more you put in, the more you'll probably get out of it. So, I mean, we can add more in, but I won't want to...
This is actually a nice life hack. I think not everybody knows about it.
Yeah. I mean, you might not see anything, or you could literally just look through the reviews. So, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you could read, for the amount of time it takes you to do this, you could probably read through the reviews, or you could...
You have read the reviews, you have found the battery, or something, knack, injury, you have found the words. What do you do next?
Say that a bit again. Sorry, I didn't hear you then.
I'm saying you did this, you made the snapshot of reviews, you checked the reviews for the words that are repeating. Now you see kingdom here.
Yeah.
Reviewed.
Okay. So yeah.
What do you do next?
Yeah. So just reading through the reviews, you can see a lot of them either stopped working or it's something related to the battery. You go through. So now if you've got a competing product and you can see that battery is quite a big factor for customers. So customers want a product that's not going to leak and the battery is going to last a long time, or the battery can be replaced or whatever it may be. Then once you've got your product and your product fits in with that, then you could not only just add pictures in that show these particular pictures, but your second picture, for example, could be a shot showing exactly how the battery is made up and how it's all screwed together and how comfortable it would be for the dog, and that kind of stuff. So you're using
information from reviews and put it directly to the photos.
Exactly, yeah, and into your copy as well. So your second bullet point could be safe and humane, for example, and you could go into detail about why having a battery can protect battery leakage or whatever it may be. So you kind of feed in that your kind of competitors' weaknesses back into your listing, as long as it's relevant to say, look, they might do
like
that.
Doctor is approved, not no injuries from this one, with a photo of veterinary or
As long as it's true, yeah. It has to be true. So
otherwise Amazon will block it if it's not true, right?
Yeah, well, possibly. I think there's quite a few different things, but it's not worth the risk.
Okay.
For me personally, it's subjective, but I wouldn't risk the account by putting a thing on there. I mean, you could put someone with a white jacket on there.
Yeah.
And then that's the customer's kind of view if it's a vet or not.
Okay. So one idea is to take info from review and put it to the photo. What else we can do to beat these guys up?
Yeah, so the other thing is we don't know kind of how much he's doing on advertising, how good his advertising is as well. So we're using the pictures, we're using the keywords, but also we're using advertising. So that can either be done manual advertising, or you could use software to do advertising as well, where you could, for example, you could do like advertise at specific parts of the day when customers are more likely to convert, or save some of your spend for later on in the day, or save your spend for certain days. So it's classed as like day parting. So you're kind of splitting up your advertising budget to make sure you get the most cost effective kind of analysis on it. The other thing as well is it's a lot easier to do with software, but if you're using software, you can actually get the software to maneuver your bids based on conversion or how likely they are to purchase at different points in the day, which tends to be the way to go now, is have kind of an automated advertising platform, but then also manual intervention as well to build the campaigns, etc. So I can't see how hard they're going with advertising at the moment on this product, but I would imagine they'd be doing some sort of advertising. If not on Amazon, they might be doing third-party advertising, bringing people from like outside traffic. So I don't know if you've seen, have you already spoke to someone about chatbots on Amazon?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So that's another big thing at the moment. So a lot of these best-selling products are kind of functioning through these chatbots through Facebook, which is not something that I do, because I reckon it'll get closed down soon enough, like the rest of the ones that have already come before it.
Christopher, we've got 2 questions. One question is, you have gained any result on videos in listing, conversion, sales? Any best practice on such a combination? Quantity of videos per listing, photo, video, order, or to the video itself? It is better to be instruction how to use or more as a short presenting video? Is it better to be instruction how to use or more as short presenting video?
Yeah, so for me, when I've done the videos before in the past, it's kind of best to follow like a storyboard. So you kind of have like a character, this is what the problem is, this is how your product can solve their problem, and this is like a call to action. So you kind of follow that kind of role. So character, problem, solution, call to action. That's probably the best.
Nikolai is asking, so is there some best combination of videos per listing, photos per one video, all the other photos? Is there any?
No, there's no bet. There's no. I mean, there's best practice to make sure you're using up all the available space, but the only way you're going to know is to test. Because what might work in one category probably won't work in another. I've worked and done some stuff in the home category and done some stuff in the fashion one, and what works in one doesn't work in the other. So it's best to kind of test, but you need to, when you test it as well, you need to leave it for a decent amount of time, because once you start making changes to your listing, it can have a negative impact at the start, because you're moving stuff about and it needs to propagate through the Amazon system. So if you are making changes, I'd leave it for a few weeks, which kind of is a bit of a long process, to be honest. And it's probably not the best thing to do in Q4.
Okay.
I'd save that for February. Test.
Okay, so we've got the second question is, Christopher, congrats with new position and job.
Thank you very
First
much.
of all, congrats. 2021 is prognosed to bring us some new vision of e-commerce. Major shift is prognosed to be in shifting sellers and buyers to multi-channel, not the Amazon channels, but other marketplaces and the Instagram and Facebook shop, etc. This goes with information on how to gain traffic, make a proper sales funnel powered by a big set of paid ads types, Google, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and others. So the question is, please share with us your vision on that topic. What will be in 2021? Which advertising platform or SEO tool worth attention? Funnel building and analytics.
Yeah.
Where to go?
Where to go? So, I mean, I don't know. If I knew, then I probably wouldn't be. I probably wouldn't be on this webinar. I'd probably be on a desert island somewhere. But what I have seen is quite a prominent, quite a few new, what I class as smaller marketplaces, starting to build up and gradually build up, and also I think category specific marketplaces. So category specific places like ASOS clothing, and a big one for me at the moment as well, because I love my music, is Discogs. So a lot of stuff that you can buy vinyl on like a separate marketplace.
Can you tell slower? Can you tell slower the names?
So you've got
name, maybe you're sharing the screen. You're sharing the screen. You can write it.
Okay. So so for example, like smaller category ones. So I forgot I was still sharing my screen. So this, for example, is like a smaller marketplace specific to one kind of category. So it's just like a subcategory. So this is just for music. So CDs, vinyl, tapes. So there's a lot of stuff on here.
UK marketplace?
No, this is all over the world. I think it's originally owned by US owners, but you can buy stuff from Denmark, Spain, UK, Canada, wherever you want. There's sellers all over the world. So it's an international marketplace. And you'll find stuff on here which is new, find stuff that's secondhand that you wouldn't find on eBay, you wouldn't find on Amazon. So I think over the next couple of years, there'll be a lot more of these category specific marketplaces where you'll go, for example, a bit like Wayfair as well. So Wayfair is kind of known for its home stuff. For me, Discogs is known for its music, and I think there'll be loads of little ones like this.
Can you write the second one that you told us, just for everybody to see? Wayfair. Also?
So Wayfair is not a marketplace it's more of a marketplace like eBay, but not for secondhand stuff. So these specifically run furniture. So it's a marketplace for furniture. Okay. I think it's a huge company. I think it's another US company. But this is kind of where I see it going. You're going to have the big boys like Amazon. And then you can have smaller ones where if you think, oh, do you know what, I need a new piece of furniture, I'll go to Wayfair. If I need some music, like secondhand music, I might go to Discogs. And I think there'll be quite a few different marketplaces. You've also got like StockX what iClass for trainers as well. So if I wanted some rare trainers, then I might go to StockX. Yeah, so that's kind of where I see it going. I don't know how right I am. If I knew, then
more specific, because people are. It is very easy to have one place to search for everything, but then you appear in a huge place and you can't find what you need there. And so, if you love the sneakers, it's 100% easier for you to be here than on Amazon.
yeah, exactly. Now, that's my theory behind it anyway. I don't know how right that will be, but
What about the selling tools? What new selling tools can you share with us? What to pay attention to?
there's not a lot at the moment. I think a lot more AI is going to come to the forefront, especially around the advertising. So automatic bidding and some of the stuff I've already touched on. And I think there's quite a few, especially around Amazon anyway, because there's quite a few coming out for there. I think they're probably some of the biggest ones, and then a lot of like neuro-linguistic kind of programs as well, where it's not just looking at. So now we're developing something in-house at the moment where it's not just looking at how the customer sees it, it's also looking how the algorithms look at it, and it's matching up. So what you think that the algorithm might see, it's not, it's seeing it's something else. So there'll be a lot of link up between that as well. That's kind of where I see it going. A lot of more AI, which hopefully will get better over time.
More AI. So can you share any company that is working in this way, just to pay attention to them?
Yeah, so you've got Perpetua. Let me just have a look. One sec. I've got it saved on here. Perpetua.io. There we go. I added an extra word in. So yeah, this is one I've firmly got my eye on at the moment.
Okay.
I don't have a login or anything. It's just one I'm watching. And this is a lot of AI driven and basically bringing in big amounts of data. So the tools we've already looked at before, like the Helium 10 and all these other tools, and then also all the Amazon tools, all the Amazon specific stuff, and bringing them all together and then using computer learning to make the most of them and pick which times of day and best bids and best practice and things like that. So
cool. So you think that the new year will bring us more artificial intelligence selling process and more specified marketplaces?
That's what I think anyway.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's your vision, and it is interesting that you shared. Thank you that you shared it with us.
No problem.
So our webinar actually is coming to the end. It's already 55 minutes.
Wow.
Times flies very fast. Can you tell one takeaway? I always ask one takeaway: how to be successful in e-commerce nowadays. Short one, exact
test,
one.
Test.
Yeah, it's like in real estate, the place, right?
Yeah, test. Test.
I would add one more from this webinar. What I liked very much is if you can make a listing with no words and just with the pictures that sell without anything else, you will win. I remember this one, and this is very good.
Yeah, I'd like to say it was mine, but I read it somewhere else, so I can't even say it was mine. But yeah, I do like that myself.
Okay, wonderful. So, Chris, anything you want to say to the audience? You want them to ask you questions about marketing? It's your time, 1 2 minutes.
Yeah, no. So I appreciate you having me back on again and doing a live experience. Yeah. If anyone has any other questions, just drop me a a message on LinkedIn, and if I can help, I will do.
Wonderful. Can you stop sharing the screen, please?
Okay.
So that people will see my face once.
I'm not. Maybe I should leave it off.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So again, thank you, Christopher, for being with us here. As said, Christopher, please, any questions, send him a message in LinkedIn. Probably he will help you 100%. I know it. We asked him to join us and he is here. If you have any questions about the logistics, pick, pack, and ship all over the Europe, please contact our company WAPI, contact me LinkedIn, contact our website. We are the company you should work with if you want to work not only with Amazon, but with other local marketplaces, other specific marketplaces, all the sales channels. You can do this and have one unique fulfillment network all over the Europe, and it is WAPI. Thank you very much and stay tuned.
Cheers,
Thursday, wonderful webinars. And thank you, Christopher, for being with us today.
Cheers, mate. Thank you for having me. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.